Hey everybody, hope you're all well. Hope you're having an amazing first month. We're now nearing the end of January, and you all saw in my last video me sharing one of my experiences with a debt collector. And obviously that's quite I find it, again, like I said, shared in the that recording and that video, that content, I find this to be a game. Yeah, so this is a further interaction I had, not with the debt collectors. This is Eon directly. So they sent someone out, representative of Eon, to come to the house and ask a question. And they don't even have the answers. They don't know. And in another video, or even maybe in this video, I might do share some of the emails back and forth, because I was doing letters and stuff, and it's just like I'm spending money sending these freaking letters, and it's like I know I'm not giving them any money anymore. Like, so I'm doing emails now because it's all recorded. I've then got it there. It's a simple trail then, and I haven't got to keep any documentation. I just file it in my inbox, and I know where it is. But in even in the emails, they don't have any answers. I had one email saying, what was it? Oh, you have an agreement with us because we sent you a welcome email. And well, that's like, no, no. Apologies if I'm repeating what I said in another video. And then they said about the meter in the house. I know I definitely said that. And then they said about in the latest one they've sent to me is I've got to call another company, and it's DNO, and it's an 0800 number. I'm like, what? What? What are you on about? Why have I got to call another? Whoever this is, and it's no 800 number. This just sounds off. Sounds so off to me. And where a supplier of a supposed service cannot prove themselves that they are providing the service, what the hell's going on? What is going on? In the eyes of the law, if I'm providing a service to an individual, to a company, or a group of people, and I'm sending invoices for that service, those individuals and those companies or groups of people are going to want to say, well, what service have you provided? How much time have you spent on it? What documentation have you done? Whatever is in the agreements that I'm, obligated to do based on my contractual agreement with said individual or corporation or group of people. I've got to prove that I've done the work. I can't just send invoices and be paid for it. People are naturally going to want to know that I'm doing the best that I can and they're getting their money's worth. And Eon Next sending me invoices for usage, but they can't even provide proof that it's them that's actually supplying the energy. What's going on, guys? Like, what is going on? And we're all everybody's in this. This affects everybody. It affects everybody. And it's madness. It's absolute madness. Anyway, I'm going to share the video with you. This isn't too long. I think it's about 6 minutes long, give or take, with this guy. He was all right. He wasn't rude or anything like that at all. He just seemed bamboozled, really, and not really knowing what to say. He's probably not faced someone like myself, if you like, who's asking, in my mind, logical questions. But anyway, let's have a look at the video.
What it is about your electric bill.
Of course.
Right. One, I need a meter read.
Yes.
Because I haven't had a meter read for 609 days.
Okay.
And then I can rebill it. Because it goes back to October last year.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Can we do that first?
Well, first and foremost, can I just, from my side of things?
Yes.
I've communicated with obviously not you
Yes.
directly, but
Yes.
with Eon.
Yes.
Okay, all I've asked for is some bits of information
Okay.
which they've not provided.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
and that, for example, that is simple proof that Eon is supplying the household. Now, what I've had back from that
Yes.
is we've got a meter in your household.
Yes.
Okay, great. That's not proof you're supplying.
Yes.
That's proof you're monitoring usage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I went back to that. Their response was, "We send you invoices." Okay, that's great. You send us invoices. I want proof that Eon Next
Yes.
is supplying energy.
Yes.
So when it leaves the grid,
Yes.
how does Eon differentiate between British Gas, OVO Energy,
Right.
all those sorts of things? And they haven't
It
done
will
that.
tell me on here
Mm-hmm.
because it will tell me who supplies what, because Eon Next used to be N Power.
Okay,
They took over N Power in 2021.
right.
Then they changed the name to Eon Next.
Okay.
So it's Eon Core
Yes.
and Eon Next.
Okay.
But we're all under one banner now.
Okay. Okay.
So it gets a bit complicated
Yeah.
because nobody knows who Eon Next is, but people know who Eon is.
Yeah.
So let's have a look.
I know who Eon Next is.
Yeah.
I paid them a bit
Yeah.
of time ago. But I've just asked for this information and they've not provided it.
Because I can look on the main system and it will tell me. They definitely are the supplier. Let me just go back to that. They have been the supplier 24th of June 2021.
Okay.
They have been the supplier since.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, I did hear what
Did
you
you
said.
hear what I said?
Yes, I did.
Did you actually
Yeah,
hear me?
I did hear what you said, yes.
So all I'm asking, because
Yes.
you've got that on a bit of paper.
Yeah, I've got that on there, yes.
Okay, that's just a
Yes.
bit of paper to me
Yes.
and a tablet
No,
or what
that's
have
fine.
you.
Yeah.
I'm asking for them to prove that actually, how are they determining they're actually supplying energy? Because
Okay,
they're an
yeah.
energy supplier.
Yes, okay.
That's all I've
No,
asked
that's
for.
fine.
And I actually dare you to do the same.
Right,
Dare
okay.
you. Just to, because how do they? You're telling me not you directly,
Yeah.
they're energy suppliers.
Right.
So how do they do it?
There is it's called, there's NPass online.
Okay.
There's a company called NPass.
Yeah.
Who know who supplies everywhere
Mm.
in the country.
Okay.
You can check it yourself on
Yeah.
On your laptop,
Yeah.
computer,
Yeah.
and it will tell you who supplies what property.
Okay.
Anywhere in the country.
Okay. Do you
I know it's.
do you know how ludicrous that is? No, but how does that company
Yes.
not know how to tell me that they're doing what they're supposed to do?
I understand.
Do you know how crazy it is?
Yeah, I know. I understand what you're saying.
And during this whole crisis, quote unquote,
yeah.
we was all getting pummeled with prices hikes.
Yes. Yes.
But are they actually doing it? Is my challenge to them. And they can't. At the moment, this has been going on for 2 years now.
Yes.
It's been 2 years. They've still not provided me with any.
You've put in a complaint to the ombudsman.
Yeah.
And what did they say?
Well, it had to be 30 days.
You've done that recently.
I haven't done that recently because I've challenged the fact that I don't believe, or I don't have any written confirmation or evidence that Eon is supplying me energy.
Who are you paying?
Who am I paying?
Yes.
I'm not paying anybody.
You're not paying anybody?
No, because I've got no one telling me they're supplying energy to me, because that's a service.
Yeah, okay.
So whoever's can provide me proof that they are delivering a service, I'll pay them. And I've said that to Eon Next.
Right.
If they provide me proof that they are supplying energy, I'll pay them.
Okay.
Because it's a service, and I get that you have to pay for services. I get that,
Yeah.
but
Right. Okay.
at the moment they've
I
not
just check-
provided.
Can I just check your email address then?
Of course you can.
Which is it KAVMC
That's
at
it.
hotmail.com?
Perfect.
Right. I'm going to speak to them.
Mm.
I will try and get them to send you something by email. But if they haven't, what did they say? But you spoke to the ombudsman and they are still dealing with it.
No, they're not. They're not dealing with anything at the moment.
Right.
I will reactivate them if I need to,
Okay.
but it's got to the point where it's. Oh, you've done that. I've done my. I'll sort it out. I'll sort it out. It's done that, but
Yeah.
it's at the point where this is. I'm baffled.
Okay. That's
I'm
fine.
really baffled with the whole thing,
No problem. That's fine.
and that's where I'm at.
That's
I
all
get
right.
there's have to pay for services.
Yes. Okay.
Um,
That's
we'll do it
fine.
in a minute, buddy.
All
All
right.
right. But yes, that's where
right.
we're at. We're at a standstill right now.
Can I just check it's the correct meter? Will you let me do that and take a picture?
You can do. Is that all? Is that all you want to do? Just check
That's
the
all
meter.
that's all.
Yeah?
That's all I'm going to do.
Okay.
I have to leave you with a letter,
Yeah.
but I want to check if it's the correct one
Okay.
because what is on the records.
Mm.
Can I do that?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
I'm a human being. You're a human being.
So there we have it. There we have it. You know, some people will question, and I even do now as well, like you shouldn't have let him in to do a meter reading, but you know, he's doing his job, whether he knows this stuff or not, but I've got on record that it's not me that done that meter reading. And you know, I know and appreciate that energy is being provided by someone or something, and I'm just trying to get to the bottom of the root of what that is. And are my suspicions correct? So yeah, some people will raise the question, you shouldn't have let him in the house, you shouldn't let him do that, which I get. Yeah, and in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I did it. Potentially a learning curve for me. But you know, even in there, he said a website will show you. No, I don't want a website. I want to know from you. I want to know from you. I don't want to go and look at an external website that can probably, you know, can just write stuff down and make stuff up. Like that's probably all just based on agreements that are signed or what have you. It's not actually probably based on, you know, them supplying the energy, i.e., them generating the energy. You know, generating X amount of energy into the grid, which is then being supplied to my household. You know, and I get asked the question, well, how do you expect them to provide energy? And I was like, I don't know. I'm not an expert, but they should know. They're their energy suppliers. Are they not able to say, well, this is what we do to generate energy, and X amount of that energy goes into the grid, and then that is distributed to the houses that we supply? I don't know. That's in my mind. But again, like I say, I'm not an expert. But I shouldn't have to go to an external website who I don't know and believe what they're saying. Because like I said, I believe that will be based on contractual agreements. I don't believe that will be based on actual supply. And that's probably just a farce to help them make people believe that it's them actually supplying it, which, like us, I might have shared this in my other video, I don't believe they're supplying the energy them directly. Obviously, I know there is energy being supplied to the house, to the property, but I don't believe it's them. I believe that the grid, you know, energy is created through, you know, all the means. Okay, there's energy into the grid. We're plugged in to the grid. Therefore, it, like all electricity, you're plugged in, you hook it all up, it just flows. For example, I plug my laptop into a socket, I plug the little connector bit into the power slot within my laptop, and the energy just goes. So when you're connected up, the energy just flows, electricity wise, it just flows as you switch on and switch off. So where it's connected to the grid, it's the supply there is automatic from the grid. It's automatic, in my opinion. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm not an engineer, what have you. That's just logical common sense in my mind, and some people may correct me if I'm wrong. So I don't believe they're supplying it. Otherwise, surely they would have been able to do this by now. Surely they wouldn't be sending me off to these third parties who I don't know from Adam, asking me to call people and look at certain websites. And yeah, so, and I believe that they are just monitoring usage, and it's all a monopoly. So, for example, where it's a monopoly, you've got all these companies. Again, I don't know all of these companies, whether they are exactly the same. They might be able to prove they're supplying energy, blah, blah. I don't know. But just naming a few other energy companies out there, you've got E.ON Next, OVO, British Gas, EDF, and so on. Yeah? They all purchase energy from the grid, and then they inflate their prices to make their profit, which they input onto us, because they've got their profits on top now. That's what I believe actually happens, and it's a monopoly because they just put the prices on where they want to be, and then individuals, families will then go in their comparison websites and go whichever one they feel is best, and that's why it's a monopoly. That's my opinion based on me not being provided with any other form of answers or facts from the supposed supplier. What else could it be? I don't know what else it could be. Because they would have surely said, right, Cav, here's what you want, here's the contract, here's the agreement, here's proof that we're supplying energy, now you've got to pay us. Because I've said to them repeatedly, I will pay you, one, if you provide me with a contract or an agreement that I have signed that obligates me to pay you, E.ON Next, for the supply of energy to my household. You don't have that, so that's error number one. Number two, I want to see proof that you're supplying energy to my household. Because if you're not providing energy, what am I paying you for? Because you're titled, you're labelled as an energy supplier. These are just logical questions, guys, that I'm asking and challenging. And it's not me denying that there's no one supplying energy. It's me challenging the establishment and the way that the corporations have been built up over decades to try and filter out the lies and the deceit, because they've just tried to pull the blinkers over our eyes, and the majority of us, they did for me until a few years back. But I really want to help build awareness of this and share with everyone, which is why I'm doing this, to start asking your own questions and not to be afraid, because as you've seen in videos that I've shared, as long as you represent yourself in a certain way and you're asking the right questions and you know where you stand with your rights and you know the basics of law, they have nowhere to go. They have nowhere to go. Alright guys, thank you very much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'm happy to hear your thoughts, because like I said, I'm not an expert. This is only based on my own experience, guys. So take care, be safe, be free, and I'll see you in the next one.